Hi friends, welcome to the new episode of The Root Cause. In this episode, we are going to touch a different topic, which is definitely linked to the other Vedic sciences also, that is Ayurveda and a bit of astrology also. However, here we are going to talk about primarily spiritualism. We are going to talk about how God resides inside us, how different energies reside inside us only. Okay, so let's talk about Brahma Vishnu Mahesh, the Trinity, which we speak about as the three most important gods in Vedic sciences or in Hinduism. Hinduism is a relatively new term, but it's Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means ever existing religion, whose prime religion or dharma or objective was righteousness. Okay, so let's understand Brahma Vishnu Mahesh. And before that, you must have heard a little about Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory states that the entire world came out of a highly condensed dot, and then it started expanding, and it's still expanding. In our body also, exactly the same thing is happening. Let's talk about at the soul level a little, and we'll talk about the body also. Just remember one thing, very important thing. The Vedic philosophy, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande, Yat Brahmande Tat Pinde, whatever lies in the microcosm is there in the macrocosm also, the bigger universe, and whatever the working of the bigger universes is there in the smaller universe also. So the working of the soul world is similar to the working of this physical world as well, and it's the physical world teaches us values much quicker, okay, because it's a very dense body and we learn things very faster. We'll discuss all that. Okay, so Shiv is called as Shunya. Shiv is normally shown as a very calm, composed person who is normally in a very meditative state. So Shiv is basically the one, that conscience of our body which is inwards, okay, introspective, inwards in nature. When we go off to sleep in the night, we go into Shiva mode. Okay. When we get up in the morning and the light falls in our pineal gland and it starts activating the entire body, then we start expanding. So it is the Prakriti which starts expanding. Prakriti or Parvati is the wife of Lord Shiva, okay, goddess Parvati. So from astrology angle, Shiva is Ketu, inwardness. Ketu means introspection, meditative state. When you get up in the morning and then you start expanding, then the rasa starts expanding in the body. So rasa, I told in the previous episode that rasa is Lord Vishnu, the administrator. Rasa is the nutritious fluid which is carrying the nutrition to the entire body and providing the food to different parts of the body in whatever composition it is needed. So Lord Vishnu can also be understood as Vat Pit Kaph, emerging out from highly condensed dot. So keep thinking about the Big Bang Theory. So Lord Shiva is the highly condensed dot, and Lord Vishnu is expansion or the projection, which is slowly and gradually emerging out from there. And then Lord Vishnu cannot expand unless there are resources available. So resources is what? Lakshmi ji, Devi Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi, who is the wife of Lord Vishnu, is goddess Lakshmi. And then gradually what's happening? The Brahmand, it creates a universe. Okay, so that universe is what? Brahma. Brahma. That is why it's said that Brahma is the Pita of the universe. Okay, so and it's only when the universe is expanding with the help of Lord Vishnu that gradually the knowledge starts emerging. So that knowledge is what? Devi Saraswati. Okay, so that is why Devi Saraswati has been shown as the spouse of Lord Brahma. Okay, so now a lot of people keep comparing who is bigger, who is smaller. No, all three are important, and none of them can exist without anyone, each other. Lord Brahma is constantly giving feedback to Lord Shiva through Lord Vishnu. Okay, there is this problem happening, we need to bring correction. So you go through Lord Vishnu, and the Shiva goes into the meditative stage and he brings correction, and then there is another projection which is happening. And it is not happening in our daily routine only. It's not happening in only day and night. It's happening in the physical body, and once you die, once only the physical body dies, you go back into Ketu, nothingness, and then the body and then the soul takes another body, bases what she has learned from this lifetime and the previous lifetimes. So basically, soul is collecting everything, all the data, and that's how it is taking rebirth in another body. Now let's understand. I explained this phrase. I mentioned about this phrase, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. So exactly the same thing is happening at a cosmic level also. When the soul becomes more evolved due to different lifetimes, due to different experiences that it has gone through, there are times when the souls take very, very difficult timelines also. Then it evolves much faster. And once it starts evolving, it starts reaching the level of the higher souls. And so basically, higher soul is what? The higher soul is nothing but God to us. Just to give an example, you talk about primitive man. That time, if somebody would have seen a plane flying, they would have called them gods only. So it's all relative. In fact, there is relativity at God's level also. If you talk about Vedas, there is Shiv, there is Mahashiv, there is Vishnu, there is Mahavishnu, there is Brahm, there is Parbrahm. Why? Because it's all relative, you know. So once the soul starts evolving, that is the reason that you see at times child prodigies. That is also the reason that you find that certain people are more evolved despite not having even the basic education, because they have that wisdom. Their souls have evolved already. They understand the universe much more than those people who have at times taken degrees. Okay, so this much about gods. Now let's dig deeper. I'm sure this discussion must be giving you more curiosity to understand gods. Lord Shiva is wearing a moon on his head, and he is wearing a snake also around his neck. This snake is nothing but our Kundalini. A lot of people these days they've been talking about Kundalini. So Kundalini is nothing but it's a spiral movement. You would have seen when the rasa or the water boils in a vessel, it does not boil like this, it boils like this. You would have seen a spiral column getting made in boiling water. Same thing happens in tornadoes and all that also. So when whatever we have stored in our deep chakras, the Mooladhara chakra is the root chakra, because the knowledge has got mass, so it goes and settles. Even if the mass is very, very less, it has mass. And if you look at the CD, you remember nowadays we've got hard disks, but earlier we used to have CDs, compact discs. Whenever you'll start writing on some burning the CD, then the burning of the CD will start from the center and then it will start expanding. Exactly the same thing happens in our body also. So you can say the center of that CD is the Mooladhara chakra. It's like this. Okay. So then it starts rising. When it is rising, then the Kundalini is touching each and every chakra and it is reaching here. Okay. That is why this particular that snaky structure, you remember we spoke about Vat, that Vat travels like this because Vat is hollowness. Wherever it will find space, it will go like this. So Vat also represents the snake inside us. A limited hollowness is important. Okay. So Lord Shiva is carrying, and Vat is important for intelligence because it is only Vat that creates interneural circuits and it creates intelligence. Okay. So Lord Shiva's snake Vasuki represents that intelligence, and it is because of this only that Vasuki is the one which has been used in churning of the ocean. There is a story of Samudra Manthan where Vasuki has been used for churning. What is that? You've got Devas sitting in this part of your body and you've got Asuras sitting in your lower part of the body. Both are important. All the chakras are important. The lower chakras are important for food, sex, procreation, stability. And the upper chakras are important for holistic understanding of life because it's your CPU. So all the chakras are important. So what Vasuki is doing, it's creating a churning. So it's going like this. How does churning happen? It happens like this. It happens like this. So you got to pull the rope from either side. So that is what, that's how the churning happens inside a body. Now let's come to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu has got this 1,000-headed snake. It's called a Sheshnag. Why does it represent 1,000-headed snake? Because all those, the 1,000-headed snake represents the 1,000 channels which are running in our body, through which Lord Vishnu is creating administration or administrating the body. 1,000 is just a number. Don't go by number. It is just a way of saying. And then we come to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is sitting on a 1,000-petal lotus. What does it represent? It represents our expanded state. We say that we've got a 1,000-petal lotus here. What does it signify? It signifies because we've got the maximum nerves sitting here. As you go down, the nervous system becomes the density and the number of the nerves becomes lesser and lesser. Heart has got a lot of nerves, but if you go to your stomach, it is called as the third brain, but it is slightly lesser. And then you've got your rectum and all, which has got much lesser nerves. So as you're expanding, your 1,000-petal lotus is opening, and that's how you are creating Brahmand. So again, you must remember that within us, the level of Brahma Vishnu Mahesh is differing from the Brahma Vishnu Mahesh of somebody else. Okay. And as you start expanding, you start merging with the higher souls, and then you start going into higher realms. Of course, there are several realms on earth also, but it's not necessary that everybody, it's absolutely a misconception that only earth has got life. There are hundreds and thousands of realms which have been mentioned in Vedas also, and slowly and gradually we are realizing that whatever was mentioned in the Vedas is coming out to be the truth. So that much for this episode. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. I would request you to like and subscribe because it helps me to promote this knowledge. And the aim of today's episode was to explain that science and spirituality cannot be separable. They have to coexist. We cannot become rigid. We should not ridicule other religions. We rather, if somebody is being rigid, we need to explain them the science behind Sanatana Dharma. The religion is not supposed to be rigid in nature. That's all. Thank you so much. God bless.